My Sub-Zero ice straw fills with water and freezes into a bulk of ice.
Hello, my name is XXXXX XXXXX. You for choosing our service. Water is freezing on the fresh food side in the bottom crisper drawers? Thanks, Barry.
No water is freezing on the freezer side in the ice maker drawer. Water is dripping in and freezes into a solid block of ice. No, on the freezer side water drips into the ice maker drawer and freezes into a block of ice.
Thank you, Anthony. Look in at the ice maker. Can you find water drops on the bottom of it? Is the ice that is in the ice bin normal and not frozen together? Very.
No, I don't see water drops, but water is dripping down the entire inside right side of the freezer. Most of the water goes into the ice maker drawer, but some drips down the right wall of the freezer. The ice that is being made is not normal and freezes together into the block of ice.
Thank you, XXXXXXXXX. From your description, the ice maker fill valve is leaking. If you look at the image below, that area will be right at the tip of the green arrow. You can double check, and if that is the case, the water inlet valve for the ice maker will need to be replaced. Temporarily, you can lift the metal bar for the ice maker to shut it off and follow the water line from the refrigerator to the nearest cutoff and turn the water off. The inlet valve is the first part your home's water supply connects to. To replace it, unplug the unit. Turn off the water, remove the screws holding it on and pull it out where you can work with it. If you look where the plastic lines go into the valve, you will see a white or yellow ring. Press that down in toward the valve while pressing the line in at the same time. Then pull the line out while holding the ring down. Simply push the line in the new valve and give it a light tug to be sure it's seated. Once you get all the water lines changed, pull a wire connector off the old valve and push it on the new. Do that one at a time so you do not get them mixed up. That's it. Plug up the unit and turn everything on and it will all start automatically. If you found my answer satisfactory, please log in if you are not already logged in, and please leave an OK or better rating. If you have any questions, use the reply to expert link. Thanks, Barry. Click to enlarge.
Is this diagram inside the freezer itself? I can't tell from the diagram.
I understand it is a difficult diagram. It's actually showing both sides, and I believe the view is from the front. Where the green arrow is pointing is to the water fill side of your ice maker, which is on the side nearest the wall between the refrigerator and freezer. When an inlet valve goes bad, it will drip and you should see abnormal ice and water that has gotten into the ice bin. Again, if you have any questions, please ask. Thanks, Barry.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but I can't find the inlet valve. Could you send me a detailed drawing of the inlet valve? Also, where do I get the replacement part and how much does it cost?
The location is not drawn. They are usually underneath the bottom and you can see it from below the doors or at the rear, and it will look like the picture below. If you get it from the website below, it's just under $69. http://www.genuineappliancesparts.com/item/4201450_0_refrigerator_valve/2790. Thanks, Barry. Click to enlarge.
Underneath the refrigerator on the outside behind the front grill next to the plastic water tray.
Under the bottom, about halfway back from the front, is normally where I see most of them. Not easy to reach, but when they are there, I change them from the front. Thanks, Barry.
I still don't see the part you sent me a picture of. Is it behind a silver metal shield? Is it connected to my 1/4 inch copper water line? Are you sure this is what needs to be replaced? Does the model #XXXXX then fit my 532 subzero?
Yes, it connects directly to the copper water line. Follow the water line right to it. Yes, it is for a 532 subzero. Yes, when they go bad they start with a slow drip. Thanks, Barry.
Barry G. I ordered the part, ice maker fill valve, and replaced it. I have the exact same problem. So far I spent over $100 plus labor and zero results. Anthony Amicucci.
You had a tech replace that part?
Yes.
I cannot believe he did not look to see where it was coming from, and if he did see it, why he replaced the valve instead of repairing the defect. I have never walked in someone's home, replaced a part and took their money without checking the work I am doing. The leak must be somewhere else. There are 3 sources of water. That valve, an air leak, or a defrost drain leak or clog. It has to be isolated to an area to be diagnosed correctly. The valve requires this information. Is there water in the ice storage bin? An air leak, frost all over the freezer. Food is the clue and the refrigerator stops cooling. The defrost drain, water ice from behind the freezer wall and draining in the floor and usually noticed in the morning. Thanks, Barry.
Again, I have a solid block of ice in the ice tray and some ice cubes that are not fully formed, hollow, not solid ice cubes. Also, I do have some water on the floor sometimes.
I wonder if maybe it's dumping the ice cubes too fast. That is rare. Have you been able to find an ice cube that was not frozen solidly and had water inside of it? Barry.
No, none of the ice cubes are frozen solid. No water inside of the ice cubes. The ice cubes are empty inside and partially frozen on the outside. Thinly frozen on the outside, but not an entire cube and empty inside. Plus solid block of ice at the bottom of tray. As days go by, the block of ice gets larger and larger. Water is still pouring into the ice tray and freezing. The value you had me replace was not the problem.
Anthony, try this. Very carefully try to put your hand near the bottom of the ice maker. Try not to touch it because it may be very hot. There is a heater there? Can you feel heat? If you do not, do you have a way of taking a digital picture of the ice bin and putting it online? Barry G 41437.48861020083. Near the bottom of the ice maker was what I was meaning to type. I made a mistake.
No heat at the bottom of ice maker. I will need your email address to send you pictures. By the way, I looked more closely and there are solid ice cubes in the ice tray, most of which get frozen over with the water and into the block of ice.
You can upload the pictures to photobucket.com and paste a link here, then I can see them. I am not allowed to give out my email address, Anthony. They will not let us do that.
http://s1315.photobucket.com/user/Amicucci/slideshow/.
Thank you, XXXXXX good photos. Take a look at the image below. Where I have arrowed, is that a coating of ice on those fingers? Barry, click to enlarge.
Yes, it is a coating of ice on the fingers.
It should be fairly thick on the ends. If it is rotating too soon, it is hard for me to be able to tell from the image. Very.
So you cannot help me? What about all the money I already spent? Do you give me a refund?
I was asking how thick the ice was on those fingers because I cannot tell from the image. A lot more ice near the ends or about equal from outside to inside?
The first 5 fingers have lots of ice around the fingers. The first finger has the most. The last 3 fingers have no ice. The ice is all around the fingers but mostly on the bottom of each finger, with the first finger on the right having the most ice on it.
Okay, that is what it is doing. It is trying to dump before the cubes are frozen and building the water. Let me see if Subzero sells the thermostat separate for it. Very.
Okay.
I am sorry for the delay, Anthony. That is a very hard part to find. Take a look at the diagram below. Arrowed red is the thermostat that starts the ice maker cycle. That part is linked just below. https://www.appliancezone.com/show-product.asks. ID equals 12736 and R equals BR549. That thermostat is starting the cycle too soon. Sometimes in that first cube holder you can access the end of the thermostat that senses the water temperature. You can clean that with a Brillo pad and that will repair it. Lime builds there, and as it does, the actual water temperature is sensed less. If that does not work, replace that thermostat. Very, click to enlarge.
How do I get to the thermostat? I can't see it. Do I have to take everything apart to get to it? I don't see how I would take everything apart.
Remove the ice maker, unplug the wire connector. Remove the white square cover on the end, pulls off, remove the screws under that. Pull the tan part off, remove the screws in the black part, and the thermostat is there. If you look in the first cube next to the black part inside the ice maker, you can see the thermostat arrowed green in the diagram. Very, click to enlarge. Berry G41437.731761169.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert, now visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.